This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Sign up for a 2-month free trial using the link in the description. So I have an idea for fixing airport security. Air travel sucks. It sucks for a bunch of reasons, but they can mostly be traced back to 2 factors: cost and time. And the biggest time suck at the airport is security. But it didn't used to be this way. In the old days, you'd arrive at the airport and go straight to your plane, just like at a train station. No security, no metal detectors, no long waits. The whole process was pretty chill, glamorous even. People would dress up to fly. It was an event, like a Mad Men-themed party in the sky, all cocktails and cigarette smoke and overt sexism. See, this is the problem with romanticizing the past. In the early 1970s, they started screening bags, making people walk through metal detectors. That's not so bad. And in 1988, they started requiring X-rays for the bags. Okay, fine. But through all of this, it was the airports, not the government, that handled security. But after 9/11, the US government stepped in and took over airport security with something called the Transportation Security Administration, or the TSA. This led to a whole series of questionable decisions that seem to have done more to infuriate travelers than they do to actually make anybody safer. In December of 2001, a dude named Richard Reed tried to detonate a bomb in his shoes on a flight from Paris to Miami. Despite the fact that his bomb didn't work and he was stopped by the flight crew, the TSA decided it was best to start randomly screening people's shoes. It wasn't until August of 2006 that the TSA started making everybody take their shoes off, which is weird because nobody even tried it after the first guy failed. Now the TSA offers something called pre-check, which allows frequent travelers to go through a background screening process to prove themselves worthy of leaving their shoes on and avoiding their comically invasive body scanners. Pre-check also has its own special line, so verified passengers enjoy a dramatically shorter security process, and everybody can sleep better knowing how safe they are. Except this process doesn't improve safety at all. To help reduce lines, airlines can randomly assign pre-status to passengers who never even passed a background check. And if a traveler with pre books tickets with a companion, the companion is automatically assigned pre-status too. This is what we call security theater. Policies and procedures designed to make you think you're safer while not actually doing anything to help. In fact, they have a better chance of reducing safety. 2 studies from Cornell University found that stricter airport security led to increased road fatalities caused by drivers who decided to skip flying entirely and take a road trip. Because remember, flying is way safer than driving. Meanwhile, a 2015 investigation by the Department of Homeland Security's own Inspector General showed that investigators were able to sneak banned items past security in 95% of attempts. 95%! Subsequent investigations found lower failure rates, but damn. One might argue that passenger awareness has done more for airline security than the TSA ever has. But complaining about security theater has limited effectiveness, so what else can we do to improve the air travel experience? I say let's lean into it. Ready for my idea? TSA-approved shoes. In short, the shoe companies would use some kind of approved technology from the TSA, like TSA-approved luggage locks, and manufacture and market shoes that look exactly like regular shoes, except they don't need to be removed in the security line. But how does it work? There needs to be a quick and easy way to verify that the shoes are TSA approved, and the obvious criticism would be that terrorists could just make fake shoes. So that rules out mechanical solutions. But what about RFID? Most big companies use RFID in their employee badges to allow access into restricted areas, so we know it works pretty well for identification, and it's commonplace enough that the average person should have at least a passing familiarity with it. So the shoe companies put RFID chips inside the shoes themselves, and the TSA installs special readers at the airport for travelers to either stand on or wave their feet over. Standing probably makes more sense just to avoid the awkwardness of forcing passengers to do the hokey pokey. There's a lot of upside for the TSA. It makes them money via licensing, which improves their budgeting and allows them to hire more, which looks good. Security wait times would improve dramatically, which will make for some nice headlines, and the overall perception is that security is improved, which validates their existence. The worst version of this would be to market the shoes as some kind of special thing, and maybe that happens at first, but ultimately I think every shoe can and should be TSA approved by default. The shoe companies can play up the feature to boost sales, even to people who weren't otherwise planning to buy new shoes, and that should offset the cost of putting the chips into the shoes to begin with. In the short term, frequent travelers who don't already have pre-check would rush out to upgrade their shoes, but as the shoe companies make this standard practice, and as travelers see folks stepping onto the shoe scanners and then moving on with their lives while they themselves have to carry their shoes around like confused children at a bowling alley, demand will only increase. There are some obvious concerns about whether or not this plan would actually increase safety, but the most honest answer is simply that there isn't any data to suggest that taking off your shoes improves safety. If we can't escape the theater, we can at least use it to our advantage. This isn't quite the same as a return to the carefree early days of air travel, but as somebody who flies a lot, anything that gets me to the gate faster is a win. That's my version. If you have ideas for how to improve it, I'd love to hear them in the comments. And if you have your own ideas you'd like to execute, but you're not sure if you have the skills to pull them off, Skillshare has tutorials that can help get you there, including a fashion design class so you can design your own TSA-approved shoes. Skillshare is an online learning community with more than 17,000 classes in design, photography, and all kinds of other stuff. Premium membership gets you unlimited access to high-quality classes from experts working in their fields so you can improve your skills, unlock opportunities, and do the work you love. Skillshare is also more affordable than most learning platforms. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Now, you may have seen other Skillshare promotions where the first 200 people to sign up get a 2-month free trial, but I've worked out an extra special deal and I'm offering a 2-month free trial to the first 201 people. So claim your free trial at skl.sh/badversion.